We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel, pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down again.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Sproles, the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. The first carry for Josh Adams. Got some real estate inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Josh Adams, 41 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Well, for the Kansas City Chiefs, as their offense takes the field again, the road to a first-round bye in the #1 overall seed, that hit a big speed bump week 15 with that 1-point loss to the Chargers, CD.
Yeah, it certainly did. It set the playoff picture on its ear, didn't it? I mean, when you think about it now, we kind of had Kansas City locked in as the #1 seed, but we'll have to see how it all plays. But here's the bottom line, though. It doesn't matter to me where Kansas City plays, whether at Arrowhead or they go on the road. That offense, it can travel with Patrick Mahomes at the controls.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Got to love what they're doing on offense right now.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
On first down, Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Here's West. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, it's West. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. First down for the Chiefs, solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Ware takes the give from Mahomes. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Spencer Ware, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting the football back here, and when you discuss the Eagles this season, it seems like every week we kind of go back and forth. Hey, they're done. They're still alive. They're done.
No, they're alive. drive.
And that Week 15 win, I don't think many people saw that coming against the Rams in L.A.
I will guarantee many didn't see that coming for a couple of reasons. One, Philadelphia was coming off of a bruising battle that they lost in overtime against Dallas, where Dallas ran, I believe, 90-plus plays against them. That's hard to bounce back from, yet they did it. Also, the Rams were coming off a game where they didn't play really well on the road against Chicago. We all expected them to get back in form at home. So, no, not many people saw that coming at all. Give Philadelphia credit. They kept themselves alive for a possible playoff spot and a chance to defend their Super Bowl championship.
Flushed out right. Drops it off to Ajayi. Ajayi, first down and more. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Nice movement there by Carson Wentz outside of the pocket. Completes another pass. Help me out here, partner. He's not sneaky athletic. He is athletic. How many times do I have to say it?
Yeah, you've been making that declaration for a while. And at 6'5", he ran a 40 of 4.77. So not only big, but he can move.
That's a good time for a quarterback. He and Andrew Luck, similar physiques, similar athletic ability.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They run the counter. Adams. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football. Now it's the Boise State alum, Ajayi. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. This will be caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, a 22. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. This is Ajayi. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
We're good, we're good. Here we go.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Allen Bailey in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, Offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So. There we go. Blue 45. Blue 45. So.
Mahomes to throw on second down. Harris has it over the middle. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes now on first down. Going for the deep ball. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 65 yards. And the Chiefs are in for 6. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Butker now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Wentz. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now a toss. This is Wentz. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Mahomes throwing on second down. Flush to his right. McConley's got it over the middle. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes rolling to his left. And he checks this one down to Williams. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Working from the gun, Mahomes steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a gain of 5, but they're still left with a long 4th and goal. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, going to the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Wentz. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Out to his left. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. D. Ford in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Here's Wentz to throw. It's complete left side to Aguilar. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Wentz on third down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. D. Ford in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. Mahomes now on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chris Long in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Brown. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Watkins, the intended receiver.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Caught right side, Tate. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First catch so far for Tate, and he's got a 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Darren Sproles, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Elliott good with a PAT. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 24 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Now West. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. Not that time for Watkins. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Flush to his right. It's brought in by Jeffrey. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Ertz has it left side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. A dump off to Sproles. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They run with Ajayi. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Working from the gun. Wentz escaping the pressure right. Able to get away. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
So a big, big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This for the lead in the final stages. And Elliott puts this one through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Here's Ajayi. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
Come on now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what a...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Back to throw. Shakes off the sand. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it.
We were all